Hello everybody, welcome back. We are into September now, and this is our house wine pack for September. You can see we have 2 white wines, we have 2 red wines, and I say this every month, but this is a delicious little lineup. The 2 reds we've got are quite light and fresh, and I'm going to recommend that you put both of these in the fridge, and of course the white wines we need to go in the fridge as well, but in particular these 2 because they're quite nice, light and fresh. So we're starting off in England. We are going to Kent, and we have a grape variety called Ortega, which is a grape variety which works really, or grows really, really well in the cool climate in the UK. It's made by a gentleman called Adrian Pike, who previously used to work at an organic vineyard in Sussex called Davenport, and we do a few wines by Will Davenport, so he's had a fantastic training down in the southeast of the UK. Now Adrian used to work in the music industry, so he brings his sort of musical creativity to his winemaking. Very sensitively made. It's not what you would call like organic or even natural really. They employ very sort of sustainable, sensitive, I should say, like approach to winemaking. So very delicate soil management. They haven't been going for very long, so they haven't really had enough time really to bed in their vines properly, I guess is probably a good way of kind of describing like how you kind of get quality from vines, but you have to leave the vines quite a long time in order for the fruit to be any good. But these vines are relatively young and they're producing some amazing fruit already. They grow cover crops, which helps feed nutrients back into the soil, and also they use green compost as well, which helps with soil structure and with soil health. So it's all about feeding the earth to make sure that the fruit that's produced is as good as it can be. Very sensitive winemaking. What does it smell like? What does it taste of? White flowers. White flowers? Flowery. Nice and aromatic. And Ortega, I guess, is kind of a little bit like one of the white Pinots, so Pinot Grigio or Pinot Blanc, or Pinot Bianco. It's a very kind of delicate, light, floral on the nose. It's actually quite intense when you put it in your mouth. It's a more expensive one this month, but we thought we'd give you a little bit of a treat. It's only about, I think, about 16, 17 pounds a bottle, but we thought we'd pop it in anyway because September's quite a nice month to do something nice and fresh. Next up, you can see actually the difference in colour with these 2. So we have a Verdejo, which is from Spain, from Toro in Spain. This is made by Bernado Farina. It's the name of the winemaker, and they've been going since the early 1940s. And this winemaker has been instrumental in putting Toro as a winemaking region on the map in Spain. Now, Verdejo as a grape variety is very, very similar to Sauvignon Blanc. You can quite often kind of get it mistaken in wine tastings. And it kind of smells, it's got a very sort of aniseed, fennel kind of character to it on the nose. It's nice and ripe and juicy, tastes a little bit like fruit pastels, I guess, in your mouth. And we've got quite a few restaurants which list this and have had it on for quite a few years also. Absolutely love it. First up, on the reds, we have Tempranillo. So it's the main grape they use for making Rioja, and this is made in Rioja. It's made in what's called a Joven style, which means that it's young, fresh, hasn't been aged in oak, so it's not one of those big, heavy, spicy, oaky Riojas. It's nice, light and fresh. It's made by 2 guys, one called Jesus Blanco and his winemaker friend, Luis Rodriguez. And it's got a tiny bit, about 5 to 10% of a white grape variety called Viura in the blend as well, which brings a slightly kind of lighter touch, lighter style to the wine. As I said, pop it in the fridge for half an hour or so, chill it down, nice, light, fresh, and a lovely wine to be drinking with, I don't know, some nice fresh kind of lamb or kind of roasted vegetables. Last but not least, we have a Refosco. So this is the name of the grape variety, Refosco from Friuli, Friuli is a region based in northern Italy. The vineyards for this one are, I guess, sort of mountainous northern Italy near the Slovenian border. It's made by the Stockwell family. We've had 2 or 3 wines by them within our house wine over the last few months or so, because we've been going since kind of December, I think, like last year with house wine. So we nearly came up to kind of part 10, I think now, 9, 10 of house wine. So Stockwell family, been making wines for a long time, nearly 100 years or so, 4th generation, and Refosco is one of these very old indigenous grape varieties from Italy. Slightly spicy, herbal kind of edge to it, and 1 or 2 of the restaurants we work with nickname this their kind of Beaujolais alternative. So it's light, fresh, delicate, soft. So that's it, September, house wine. Now, I just wanted to do a couple of messages about what we're doing in Digbeth over the next couple of months. So we have a wine tasting on the 22nd of September on a Wednesday with our friend Nick from Modal Wines. He's one of the sort of best pioneering, most well-loved natural wine importers in the UK, so we're very lucky to have him with us. We are doing loads of different wines with a little bit of food, starting about 6:30 in the evening. So if you live in Birmingham and you like what we do, I'd welcome you to come down to grab a ticket. I think we've only got a few left. It's proving very, very popular. And then I'm doing a wine tasting, an introduction to natural wine on the 20th, so Wednesday, 20th of October. We're doing it around this tasting table, so we're not having any more than about sort of 14, 15, 16 people. A nice kind of intimate affair, and I can take you through what the difference is between natural wine and conventionally made wine, and we can try some really kind of interesting wines like Pet Nat, orange wines, we'll probably do quite a few, and really sort of underpin what the difference is between the usual stuff you find on the supermarket shelves and what we do here with the good old natural stuff. Well, listen, we'll hopefully see you next month. Hope you enjoy these, and cheers.